Right then, okay, so now we've done the first 4 weeks. We've really been focusing on totals and macronutrients, and this gives us kind of a really good starting point to understand how much you need to be eating for your goals. Now, we now need to start thinking about habits. Now, these, to be honest, this is something you should be doing or if you never chose to do tracking in the first place, this is something you could focus on. And the idea with this is really to start thinking about what habits or what behaviors will help in your goal. And then as we start introducing those habits, making them become habitual or normal, you're going to see some kind of more progress. And I took this habit stacking from the book by James Clear, so Atomic Habits. And the goal is once we start stacking habits on top of one another, it's far easier to bed in. And again, the compound effect of adding these things will start kind of leading to really good progress. Now, even if you look at, say, some of these basic habits here, so more vegetable sleep, structured exercise, water, and NEAT, or just kind of steps, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And if you did each of these individually, you probably wouldn't see much of a change in terms of moving the needle towards your fat loss goals. However, when we start combining them together, so you started to increase more vegetables, you're sleeping better, you've got more energy, you start to do resistance training, cardio, you're drinking more water, the compound effect will really start kind of making that kind of difference in terms of how you feel, how you look, and how you perform as well. So the goal now is really to start thinking about what is the framework, which habits you're not doing, and then start building it into your current routine. So the way that I like to do it is I have a basic kind of 8-point checklist, and these aren't super challenging. However, they just give a very good starting kind of framework of where you need to be going. So things like, are you getting enough sleep? Are you doing planned activity? Are you drinking at least 1 litre of water? Again, I find these two quite challenging actually. So eating when you're hungry, not out of boredom, and also when you're stopping when you're satisfied. Last is where we've got fruit and fibre, and also protein with each meal. So the goal over the next 4 weeks is to choose one of these habits. Tell me, we can add it into your plan, and then you need to start checking it off. And we're looking for that kind of 80% consistency here. So this is the reason why you do need to choose one that you know that you can do. So don't try and say that you're going to do, say, 5 gym sessions per week if you're currently doing 1 and you find that challenging. Do something which you can do, and the idea is once you've kind of ticked one off, we move on to the next, then move on to the next. And if we can start building those over the kind of the subsequent weeks, you'll really start seeing a good goal. Now, it doesn't have to be exclusively off this list. Again, kind of other ones that we look at is limiting sugar, okay, to 5 teaspoons. This is added sugar per day. It could be having kind of the 300 to 400 grams of vegetables per day. Again, we find that we need the increased fiber, we can see kind of a big difference. And the processed food as well, if we can start kind of taking away kind of packaged food as well, that often kind of makes a good some changes too. But again, remember what are ones that you will stick to. Lastly, when it comes to exercise, when it comes to, say, fat loss for especially kind of people over 30, 35, women in particular, we need to get kind of a good balance of easy cardio, high intensity strength training, and also general movement. And the ratio of this will be dependent on you. So if you're a particularly stressed individual, doing lots of high intensity work is probably not the best idea. Likewise, if you've got barely any muscle mass, there's no point doing shed loads of cardio. So we just need to think about, again, what's pertinent to you, what is it that you need to work on, and then start kind of adding a habit around that. So have a look at this for me. Have a little think about what you need to work on. Tell me, okay, we'll bed it into your plan, and then we can take it forward from there. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I shall speak to you soon.